Salutations gaming enthusiasts, George Mario Nerd here. Really quickly before we start, I just want to say I'm very pleased and thankful for reaching 70 subscribers. My subscriber count has been growing steadily and healthily lately, and I wanted to announce that when I reach 100, I'll be doing a top 5 favourite Switch games video, at 500 I'll be doing a top 10 favourite DS games video, and at 1000 I'll do one for my top 10 favourite Wii games, which does include my top 2 favourite games of all time. So subscribe if you want to see any of that, and a wide variety of quality Mario and Nintendo content. Okay, now that I've gotten that annoying channel pitch out of the way, we can start the video. Mario vs Donkey Kong is a puzzle platforming series that acted as a sort of spiritual successor to the original Donkey Kong game, and I really like it. I loved playing these games right from the first one on Game Boy Advance, a game that would make me lie awake at night and ponder solutions to levels that had me stumped. After the second game on the DS, most of the games took on the form of controlling the mini Marios and their surrounding environments with touch controls. But the levels have always been fun and innovative, they've always been bursting with a crap ton of content, including a great level maker, and the music has always been some of the most catchy, head-boppy, danceable music you've ever heard. But to my point, the Mario vs Donkey Kong series had a couple of rather odd entries on the Wii U and hasn't been seen since. I haven't played Tipping Stars, but it always looked kinda dull with very little to add to the series, but with the best integration of a level builder the series has seen, allowing players to post levels to Miiverse, rest in peace, to earn stars. And the Amiibo one with the stupid name was just overflowing with fresh, fun ideas and a fascinating new mechanic of having every mini have its own special ability, but there was no level creator, no story, and the game was designed so that the vast majority of the levels were locked behind Amiibo paywalls. If you ask me, they should have just taken the creativity from the Amiibo one and the level sharing of the boring one, and just mushed it together into one game. Or they could have made a game where the gamepad player controls the minis and touch interactable things, while the Wii Remote player controls Mario directly like in the first game. Could have been an interesting asymmetric multiplayer experience. I guess we'll never know now. But here I want to discuss the feasibility of a new Mario vs Donkey Kong on the Switch and how it might work. The way I see it, Nintendo have two main options when making a new Mario vs Donkey Kong game. They could make another that's mechanically the same as the second, third, fourth, sixth and seventh games and continue the usual formula of guiding minis to the goal with touch controls. If they went with this approach, it would be an excellent opportunity to realise the potential of all the excellent new ideas found in the Amiibo Challenge game, putting them on a successful console and making the design more appealing, removing Amiibo requirement and adding a level builder. Just structure it better too. The plots in Mario vs Donkey Kong aren't exactly Shakespeare or Super Paper Mario, but at least they give me a laugh and incentive to play.
Hey, come back here! No you don't! No you don't! What are you doing? What's going on here? Oh, yeah, mamma mia!
The second option, that's a lot more out there, is they could always return to the formula of the first game, where you controlled Mario using buttons. The first game is a marvellous gem I don't see nearly enough people talking about. I'm definitely going to review it someday. But it played very differently to the Mario vs Donkey Kong games that followed it. Rather than being a disembodied being that can influence everything on screen, you directly control Mario using his diverse moveset to solve puzzles and do platforming. Moves like the crouch to pass through small gaps, the backflip for higher jumps, and the handstand because everyone knows that falling bricks can't hurt you when you're walking on your hands. It was a very fun and deviously challenging game, with so many levels that you almost forget that there's no game in the series like this with a level maker. Almost. This game was truly a successor to the first ever Mario game, dying from fall damage and all, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense given that most games he can't even break a single bone that way. But after this game, the Mario vs Donkey Kong series has felt less and less like the spiritual successor it was at first. Bring the series back to its roots, Nintendo. It's been so long that it'd probably feel fresh. Of course I still love the touchscreen gameplay, but what I don't enjoy is the kind of touchscreen the Switch has. You know the kind on phones and tablets that react to big squishy things like fingers, instead of the way more precise kind that reacts to smaller hard things like a fingernail. I'm sure they could make it work, but there are reasons why there aren't a whole lot of games on the Switch that heavily rely on touchscreen controls. The squishy factor I just mentioned made it a whole lot less accurate than the old style on the DS, 3DS and Wii U. And with it being a hybrid console, the thing has to work on touchless TVs too, so they then have to either think of a less functional workaround, like the awful TV version of the level maker in Mario Maker 2, or limit the game to handheld mode. Or Nintendo could always just choose to make me sad and dumb the whole game down to fit on a phone because the touchscreen controls fit. But what do you think? Should Mario vs Donkey Kong return to its roots? Which is your favourite game in the series? Do you even care about Mario vs Donkey Kong? And most importantly, do you think this bird sounds weird? Be sure to let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, be sure to like it and subscribe for all sorts of great Mario and Nintendo related videos, including discussion-y videos like this one. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter to keep up to date with my videos and enjoy my backlog of old Miiverse art I drew, and with that, thank you ever so much for watching, and a hearty farewell to you all.